Before you ask God for another breakthrough, there's a question Jesus wants you to answer about your attitude. You ask God to open doors, you wait for breakthrough, but secretly you hold on to the same reactions, the same grudges, the same pride. And Jesus keeps confronting that inner posture because he knows your attitude shapes your destiny. The first shocking way Jesus tells you to change your attitude is this: stop exalting yourself and choose humility. He says in Luke 14:11, "For all those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted." That is not a suggestion, it's a warning. You want elevation, but you resist correction. You want favor, but you hate being overlooked. Yet Jesus secretly ties promotion to humility. When you choose to listen instead of defend, to serve instead of demand recognition, you unlock a spiritual law few people understand. God lifts what bows. The second way Jesus confronts your attitude is through forgiveness. You say, "They hurt me," and you're right. But in Matthew 6:14, Jesus says, "For if you forgive other people when they sin against you, your heavenly Father will also forgive you." That hits deep because it exposes your hidden resentment. You want mercy for your mistakes, but justice for theirs. Yet the cross proves forgiveness is not about fairness. It's about freedom. When you forgive, you're not excusing them. You're releasing yourself from emotional chains that quietly poison your prayers. The third attitude shift Jesus demands is radical love, even for enemies. In Luke 6:27, he says, "Love your enemies. Do good to those who hate you." That feels impossible because your instinct is to clap back, to protect your ego, to win the argument. But Jesus reveals a secret power. Love disarms darkness. When you respond with kindness instead of revenge, you reflect heaven's culture, not the world's chaos. Your attitude stops being reactive and becomes redemptive. The fourth change is about worry. You stress about money, relationships, your future, replaying worst-case scenarios in your mind. But Jesus says in Matthew 6:33, "Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you." Worry is a silent confession that you don't trust God's provision. Few people admit that. When you shift your attitude from anxiety to priority, putting God first instead of panic, you move from survival mode into supernatural alignment. The fifth and most uncomfortable change is about judging others. You notice flaws quickly. You critique choices. You measure people by their worst moments. Yet, in Matthew 7:3, Jesus asks, "Why do you look at the speck of sawdust in your brother's eye and pay no attention to the plank in your own eye?" That question exposes pride. Before you correct others, Jesus tells you to examine yourself. Your growth accelerates the moment you trade criticism for self-awareness. Imagine how your relationships would transform if you assumed grace instead of guilt, understanding instead of accusation. These 5 changes, humility, forgiveness, radical love, trust over worry, and self-examination, are not optional upgrades. They are commands that reshape your character. You can't control every situation, but you can control your response. You can't rewrite your past, but you can renew your attitude today. And here's the truth: the breakthrough you're praying for may be waiting on the attitude you're resisting. So ask yourself honestly, where is Jesus challenging you right now? Is it your pride, your grudges, your anxiety, your criticism? Don't just feel convicted. Act on it. Apologize, forgive, serve, pray differently. Choose humility when your ego screams, love when it's inconvenient, trust when it's uncomfortable. If this message challenged you, don't keep it to yourself. Like this video, subscribe for more faith-deepening truth, and share it with someone who needs a wake-up call today. And tonight, before you sleep, ask God to search your heart and change what you've been secretly protecting. Because when your attitude aligns with Jesus, everything else begins to shift.